That's right. We are back at it again on the Ice Cream Sunday Social. I am one of your hosts, Full Custom Hot Dog.
I am Yucky Gum. Why do I get the baby?
I'm Gable Pennyshot.
That's right, and we're here, and we're handling it. Yucky as the Yucky baby sound, and all is right in the world. I don't know, so far, the only time I've ever used that sound effect on stream has been for you, so I almost feel like it is yours.
What's going on here? I mean, at least you used the toilet for yourself, so I don't feel that like
It's good.
that
It's a
bad.
good
I guess
sound.
I say I don't think I ever get the worst part of this. So
No, I think it's because Yucky will go on his gnarly rants that I disagree with,
oh yeah,
and then I just have to. I have to
He
hit
called
the
my-
baby zone.
the other day he called. He said I had a garbage take.
I mean, was it a garbage take though?
No, it was
Would you
a
ad- would
completely
you- okay.
accurate take.
Two questions. One, would you know if you had a garbage take? And two, would you admit to knowing you have a garbage
Yes.
take?
A few, I think it was around Halloween, somebody said Leatherface is the first, like, I don't know, like LGBT plus whatever horror character, right? And I wanted to be like, oh, of course you did it. But then, like, I took like a kind of a half a day to think about it. I'm like, well, you know what? He is non-binary, right? Because
Yeah.
he's not like a...
No,
He's only a cross-dresser when he's like making dinner. Like when he does womanly chores, he becomes the mother figure.
Yep.
So I had to be like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
LBGT character, I guess. He's
But I mean, the
non-binary.
problem with that representation is that he's incredibly mentally ill. So
Yeah.
there's
Well.
that small issue. Maybe.
I mean,
maybe
I'm
we
not the
shouldn't-
one who...
I know. I'm just saying that maybe those icons shouldn't be so hastily claimed.
Like, let's not make
Well,
those comparisons.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we'll get into that a little either...
We will.
Either,
Oh, goody.
well, if anybody out here knows anything about horror, you'll see that Shudder is facing massive layoffs.
Why is that related?
I think it has to do with the fact that like their streaming service is just kind of pushing this like, you know, horrors for what do you want to call it?
No, what do you call
Like
it? Yucky?
What do you
minority
call it? I'm
voices? I don't know.
curious.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
Bruh.
Disenfranchised voices for
So number one,
Outsiders.
Yeah.
that's incredibly not the reason. Number two,
I
on
think
your
so.
chest. Number three, the reason is because AMC is going bankrupt as well.
Yeah.
It's the parent company, which is AMC. They're not getting as much traction as they thought they would, given that they assume that once people got rid of cable, people would be like, well, what cable channels do I love? Oh, AMC, I'll subscribe. That was their thinking, and it's not paying off. So I think a lot of layoffs are coming from Shudder. I'm assuming AMC as well, although because of the circles I think we go around, we're hearing more about Shudder than AMC.
maybe.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
it
I
has to
still
do with
think-
Walking Dead too. That also ended. You know, I think that was a big cash cow for AMC, and it sort of kind of like dwindled to like almost nothing.
Bring back
Towards the
Breaking
end.
Bad, dude.
Yeah,
It's
I
time.
mean,
Well, that was their channel, right?
yeah, they're all
AMC?
AMC. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, well, they're not continuing. Well, they don't know if Chucky's canceled yet.
Well, Chucky's
it might
Sci-Fi.
not continue. No, it's AMC. Or
No.
no, I'm sorry, it's USA. I'm sorry. You're right. It's not AMC.
Yeah. I also think
It's
like with,
USA and Sci-Fi.
I think with like Shudder, like I always liked the idea of Shudder, and it's always been cheap. To me, it's almost been too cheap for the amount of original content that they either
Yeah,
produce or
I agree.
buy. Because I'm going, okay, like every week there's like some new thing on Shudder, which for a service that they were only like less than $5 or something a month.
Mhm.
You know, I think it's $4.75 if you buy the annual plan. Like they are consistently pumping out stuff, and that surprises me. And they've had no price increase since the beginning. So
I think they had one.
really, I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
think it. I
Was
think
like
it did go
$3?
up a little bit. It was cheap. No, because I think it started at 5 when I started, but I don't think it's 5 anymore. I think it's like 6 or 7. It's a marginal increase, but it's still an increase.
Well, that's per month. I'm talking like on an annual basis, like the lowest you can get it.
Sure, but then whenever you buy anything annually, it ends up being a little bit cheaper because they always shave some off. You know.
Yeah.
So you don't think it has anything to do with the type of
No.
movies and stuff that are out?
100% no, and that's only because of the AMC crash. That's their parent company.
Yeah.
And they're going to trim costs anywhere else. They probably look at, I don't know what their numbers are in terms of subscriber versus subscriber count, but they're probably looking at it from that angle, and they see AMC as their flagship brand and Shudder as ancillary content. I'm curious to see if this is where Screambox will try to pull ahead,
I don't think
because they've been languishing forever.
Yeah. I think what usually brought people to Shudder, because when I
Joe
look
Bob.
around, Joe Bob. When I look around
older
social
movies.
media, like when anybody's talking about Shudder, it's usually in context of Joe Bob.
Yeah.
So if I look at any of the other stuff that they've created, maybe the channels that you're used to reading, like with horror, like they'll definitely pop up on there. But like Joe Bob, like I saw everywhere. And I was like, that surprised me, because I'm like, oh, who the hell remembers Joe Bob?
Well, like modern day horror is such a hard sell, I think, to classic horror fans. You know, so much quote unquote elevated horror is just, it's just not horror, right? So how do you sell that to an all horror site,
Yeah.
I mean, diversity of content. I mean, Shudder
That's
does have
true.
like a lot of foreign stuff. I mean, they do the LGBT horror. They do the classics. The foreign markets. They do the Zoomer horror. I mean, you start seeing a lot more of that pop up on Shudder as well. So I think they're trying to diversify what most people would think of it could be scary, and I think it's maybe to not such successful degrees.
I would think it's paying off for them, but not company wide or something. They're
It's
probably
not
looking at their
enough
numbers.
AMC up.
Yeah, but I would believe, and I mean, I can only base this on what I see on Twitter, right? But like, I'd believe they're making more than their fair share, and the company's like, that sucks, because we want actually AMC to succeed. So
Yeah, I'm actually curious on like what their actual like subscription numbers are for
Yeah.
Shudder. Because I'm obviously I doubt
'cause
it's
I
in the
thought-
millions.
Didn't Shudder just hit some like all-time high of membership?
I don't know, but were you guys watching Joe Bob on the night it premiered on Shudder?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was impossible to watch because it kept
it was,
crashing.
It was so many people.
Yeah, and that was the first time that happened in history. It was insane. Looks like there's a rough guess that Shudder has currently 1 to 2 million subscribers.
Wow, that surprises me, but great for them. I mean, definitely way more than like Full Moon's streaming service would ever get. I'm curious what Screambox would be doing. But I like Shudder's content. Like I always
Yeah,
enjoyed
me
it,
too.
but I float in and out because I'm like they're not really known for like dropping. I mean, some of the older titles they'll drop, but like I can go in, watch a lot for a month or two, and unsub, and then come back in a couple months and watch what I've missed, which is what I did, for the last 2 years for Shudder. So
the last recorded numbers for AMC looks like about 10.8 million in September or something.
what's that? I mean, that's
Or the
terrible.
quarter 3. I mean, for us it sounds fine, right? Like, what the hell do we know?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm
you look
surprised
at-
because I don't know anyone that subscribes to AMC flat out.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Well, I think TV in general is in a rough
I did it by
spot right
accident, thinking Chucky was on it.
Well, they all that's the thing. They all merge together and they're all on their own little thing. So you forget who has what. And I don't know. It's just how that is.
All we can hope for is enough of them fail so they go back to being 1 or 2 streaming services. I mean, really, that's the best case scenario.
I think they'll be like in the Amazon. They'll start bundling each other in.
I think all entertainment will do good by becoming less popular. All the niche genres, like they all need to become less popular.
Yeah. Well, I mean, TV networks as a whole aren't very profitable, apparently. Like we heard, like the CW recently got sold or whatever, and they realized they've never pulled a profit ever. That blows my mind because CW's been
That's
around.
true?
Apparently so. That was the news that was going around like last week or so.
That's weird. I thought a bunch of like youngsters.
Well,
I mean, maybe that's old. Maybe that's
people
old
are like,
CW.
well, how did the Flash get like 18 seasons of the same plot line all over and over again every season?
There's another fast guy.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
It's Reverse Flash. It's another fast villain.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, like, who could have thought? Maybe if they did more, I don't know,
Yeah, I guess those are expensive shows to make, right? So
I don't know. The only thing I watch is Stargirl. That's the only thing I look forward to on that channel.
Yeah, I don't think I ever. I watched a little bit of Flash, and then I got out of it. Maybe after season 2.
Yeah, I tried.
We got Arrow, the Arrowverse, and then it became not about Green Arrow.
The
Green Arrow show is annoying as hell too, man.
Yeah, if you watch those shows, really, like all they do is like they start Arrow, and then they introduce the Flash and Arrow and spin it off, and then they started introducing the the Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah. Like, I don't know, in the second season of The Flash, and then that show is like all they're only good at introducing characters to spin off into another show. They're really not good at telling like season long stories.
Yeah. I mean, they should work in a monster of the week capacity, but once it tries to become like too epic, and it's always that, like in Arrow, everyone became a killer archer as him, and then you just feel bad for the guy because he had to spend years on an island to do it. And then, like, his ex-girlfriend just got mad enough to where she was good at shooting bows. His friend was just good at it, I guess, because he used to do drugs. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
Flash was the same way. They're like, hey, let's have more than one Flash. You know, you're like, okay, all
We're
right.
all Flashes, huh?
Yeah.
Why do you have to do that? Why can't there be other powers in these freaking universes?
That's something to do with, like, that's either marketing where they don't want a single actor to be seen as a character, so it's like, no, like, it's not just Shazam, it's the Shazam family.
Oh, this is the ensemble piece, huh?
I guess. I mean, they're doing it with really bad characters. Like,
I kind of put it with like how superheroes, when they have their movies, they always fight a villain that has almost the exact same power set as them. Like I complain about that all the time, but I mean, it's good guys are the same way now, right? They all have the same power set, and it's kind of boring, annoying. And then you couple that with the fact that it's not really a superhero show; it's more of a teen drama. You know, that Smallville kind of presentation.
I felt like the Flash, at least what I saw of the Flash, was less of that than Arrow, which Arrow was only like a third of a superhero show or a fourth of one.
It still had that soap opera of like Iris West's father's kind of like a surrogate father that took him in, like when his mom, or whatever, right? Like it is a soap opera.
I mean, I'm not against
that's the comic book.
That kind of stuff. I mean, that's kind of like character. I mean, I'm not against that kind of stuff, but at some point when it's like 2/3 of an episode, I'm going, all right, guys, let's. Can you just go run faster, Flash? That's how you fix everything. Just run faster.
There was really only one good episode of that whole damn series, and that's when the Flash revealed his identity to Iris West, and they fell in love and all this jazz, and then there was some big disaster, and he's like, I don't know if it was the very first time he went back in time, but he's like, I've got to wipe this, you know, like I had the perfect day that I have to wipe out, you know. That's it. That was like the one good episode.
There was an episode with the giant shark guy. He showed up.
King Shark.
Yeah, he came, and they actually gave him a budget.
Yeah,
like his CG actually looked pretty good. Yeah, for a TV
I thought it was
show,
better than the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it was nuts. I'm like, how you could tell like he was only in like, I don't know, handful of scenes, maybe like 4 or 5, but like that CG budget for that entire season went to that guy because everything else was garbage.
Some of that happened in Stargirl because they bring in Solomon Grundy at one point.
Oh yeah,
right.
And for the most part, he looked pretty good, I thought.
He just eats all the budget. The rest is just like After Effects for powers.
Oh my god! So what the hell are you guys doing to get ready for Christmas? Anything? Are you buying toys and crap?
Yeah, I'm buying toys, dude. What am I buying toys for?
I don't know, like orphan children. Like I buy toys for
do you know
children
orphans?
That are not personally. I don't go out and meet and greet with them.
Yeah, no one's saying you're going out and meeting, greeting homeless.
I'm just saying
children.
I buy toys for
stretch.
Like I don't know. There's like a police charity that does.
You give toys to the police.
You guys don't do church drives and all that kind of toys for tots. None of y'all guys.
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
That's literally what Yucky's talking about.
Hot Dog lives on another world where like charity doesn't exist.
I don't know who is it for.
He's like, I don't. They give you money.
Just
How
make
do I
your
get-
own toys.
I get it. I get it. You buy the toy and they reimburse you.
When you're a homeless child, the streets are your toy.
Yeah. That trash can lid, literally
Yeah.
anything. That
Everything's
trash bag,
Minecraft when you're homeless.
the things you can do with a cardboard box, fellas.
Yeah. You're literally living Fortnite when you're out in the streets. What else do you need? I don't know. I actually didn't think about it. I guess I should. No, that's a good idea, Yuck. Thank you.
Right?
Who is there an overall organization for that, or you just
I don't
leave them
know.
at the police station and they throw them away?
You just drop them off and run.
Babies. Just throw them on the doorstep.
Toys. I mean, I got all these extra real steel toys I might get rid of.
No.
Are they in the box? Like, don't give these
No,
kids
I opened
crap.
them. I played with them.
Go give them a
already.
Miles Morales or a Black Panther. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can find those at the
What-
Dollar
what,
Tree.
what do you mean? Maybe I don't know what you mean. Toys for holidays, orphans.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll look this up later. I don't have to do this right now.
I mean, I was curious, but fine. All right, it's fine.
Yucky inspired me with the spirit of giving. That was his gift
Yeah.
to me for Christmas. Thank you so much, Yucky. I'm really learning.
Santa's watching.
I mean, yeah, you get to an age where it's like, I mean, what do you do with the mountains of wealth that you have, right? Obviously, you just
That I
give
have
it away.
accrued.
Yeah, even my mother.
toys are you guys
getting?
getting?
I'm like nothing. I want.
Yeah,
nothing
because I
from
buy
you, Mother.
everything I want.
Yeah, I've got
That's the thing.
socks.
Yeah.
I got a new
You know what
hoodie.
though? I do. Yeah. So every year I usually get a hoodie and a pair of Adidas. That's my Christmas every year
No.
that I get.
I
So I
purposely
want.
don't replace socks or underwear until Christmas. That way, I have
Right?
things to open up.
I've had holes in my socks
Exactly.
the last like 2 months, like really bad. Like these are trash, dude. These are rags now. But I just acquired my new socks.
There
It's
you go.
Christmas time. Time for socks.
Yeah, socks and underwear, and apparently hoodies. That's fine.
All right, you guys want to discuss something that could be touchy?
I don't know. What do you got? What's on the docket?
What do you guys think of Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas"?
11 out of 10, one of the greatest Christmas songs of all time. But before we go to the rest of the panel, we've got Jim Tuner in the chat saying, give them crap. It's what they deserve. Vicious Inks Comics saying, your review of Queer Duck is very insightful, especially Yucky's.
Queer Duck.
I have not
Can we
heard
do
of Queer
that?
Duck until brought up on Rex Devil Flyers channel. Apparently,
on
it's a
Shudder?
BBC cartoon. You can actually watch some episodes.
It's
on
real? I
YouTube.
thought it was a meme.
No, it is
Really?
real. You can watch some episodes on YouTube, but apparently they made a Queer Duck movie, which I don't know
Live
about you,
action or
gentlemen, but I know what
cartoon?
I'm doing.
Jeez.
I know
Yeah.
what I'm
So
not
is this
doing, what's
animated?
that?
It's a cartoon, yeah.
Crazy.
But they're like
does it look
shorts.
like Danger Mouse or?
Oh god, no. It looks like some Flash tier animation.
Mm, that
So
sucks.
I guess no one understands what Flash is anymore.
Right. I get it. I used to watch this. There's this old cartoon called Shauks
Shouts.
about the Shark Hunters Club, which is really just like sharks are disguised as corporate businessmen. You know, they're sharks. Get it?
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
And they
pretty funny.
they lay out chum
Deep.
and kill these corporate businessmen.
All made in Flash.
That's a classic internet cartoon. It's classic. It's really hard to find. It came out on DVD like once.
I was thinking more like Homestar Runner or something,
Yeah,
but I don't even know if
exactly.
anybody remembers that either. So
Homestar One games.
this is before Hot Dog even knew what the internet was.
What the fuck are you talking about? I used to watch it all the time.
But yes, well, yeah, definitely. Queer Duck is amazing.
Crazy.
I guess I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Jim Tuner with some gay duck facts. Although far from being the first gay cartoon character, Queer Duck was the first animated series to have homosexuality as its predominant theme.
Oh,
This is our most diverse episode yet.
They're really crushing it on
I don't know. I thought
education.
the Leatherface one was pretty good.
They like it. I don't know.
I was very excited about that. Mariah Carey. Yeah, great
All
song.
for Christmas.
Why?
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a great
fucking
song.
delight. I just
Why-
don't understand why people all over Twitter are like, "Uh-oh,
Did she get
Okay.
canceled?
Here it is.
time
Here it
for
is.
Christmas. I have to
Here
hear
it
the
is.
song." It's like what
I'm gonna
most
break
like,
it down. I'm
joyful-
gonna break it down for you guys, and I have to ask one qualifying question to both of you, and you need to answer very honestly. Okay.
That's what I'm known for. Sure.
Have you both ever worked retail?
Yes.
Yuck?
Not really.
No. Okay. Gable, you might know this. Yucky,
Okay.
you may not. When you fucking work retail, that song is playing all the time.
Yes.
All the time. Like it's almost like there's 6 Christmas songs, and that one's 3 of them.
It's because
there's
most
nothing
retail
you can do.
places use satellite music services,
Yeah.
or at least they did back then, and they literally have a handful of songs that they shuffle through.
Right.
I think that'd be delightful. I'd be like one
At
of those
first.
workers in that movie Toys.
No.
Remember?
You would think you're that kind of worker at first.
Until you're pulling
then day
like
t-
60
yeah, day
hours in a
12.
week hearing
Yeah.
that same damn song over and over.
It can get
again.
rough when you're in the trenches.
Yeah.
I hear
Thankfully,
it
I
on
haven't worked
Christmas
retail in
radio.
a while, so it's not that big of a deal anymore. Because I can go back and be like, yeah, you know what, that was a good song. But during that time, especially as a person, a younger person, like in high school, that was god awful.
Bah, humbug.
Yeah, I actually just listened to Mariah Carey. I guess she was at the parade, the Macy's Day Parade or something, doing the song, and I was like, oh, I saw her lip sync it. I'm like, all right, sounds just like
Well,
the
yeah,
album.
I
Good
can
job.
imagine, right? Bruh. Doesn't she have some like CBS Mariah Carey special coming out? I don't know.
Oh no, she just came out with a new book. That's why she was in the parade. She has a new kids book. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
What is it about?
I have no idea. It's like some illustrated kids Christmas book. I assume most people like they only come out into these like parades and sing these like 30-year-old songs, not for the joy of it, but because they want to promote something else.
Right.
It's always about promotion.
Yeah.
Well, like Christmas novelty songs are kind of out of date, I guess.
They need to bring it back.
I really
What was
like that SNL one, the Christmas one with the stupid little guitar.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy that one unironically.
Grandma got ran over
No,
by a reindeer.
I love that song.
Yeah. There's so many good like I don't know, fun Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sia actually has a really good Christmas album, if you believe it.
You just love Sia.
Yeah.
What's it
Shut
called?
up! Don't tell them.
They already know. This was discussed like 2 episodes ago.
Our diehard watchers know.
Yep.
I'm just saying the Christmas.
The lore
album.
masters
The Christmas
of-
album is a
of the
good
show.
album. It is. It's a good album.
Yeah.
Her voice kind of sounds like old classy, like the Rondells or some shit or whatever. One of those people.
I don't know. For me, the all-time best Christmas album is the Chipmunks Christmas album.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. 100%.
I just listened to that. Yeah, was it like
Damn,
2 days
that
ago?
brings
driving.
that brings back serious memories.
I'm like, I was a huge fan of it growing up, and then it started playing on my Spotify while I was driving, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, I love every single moment.
I don't remember any other songs on that album though. Like I only remember like
Go listen. It's all on YouTube, my friend.
I bet.
You will, I don't know, die in nostalgic, orgasmic lust. It'll be great.
I think the Chipmunks make any song better.
Especially that like time
I
period of
disagree.
Chipmunks.
What?
I disagree. We've got Vic dropping some facts. P is stored behind the balls.
Game over.
Wait, behind the balls.
And Christmas kissing balls, that is. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to
Is
say.
there like
right
an
there,
extra
Vic.
sack back there? I mean, how's it stored
The
behind?
bonus sack?
Yeah. Not many people know what that is. I don't think I do.
All right, so Jim Tuner's saying her book is The Christmas Princess. It features little Mariah learning the power of her voice at Christmas.
Is it doing well on
That is
Amazon?
sweet.
That's what I want.
I'm sure it's got to be, right? That's the only way.
Yeah, it's Mariah Carey.
Yeah. I mean, definitely has never failed at anything else.
I read a Christmas book today.
What you read?
I'm sorry, excuse me. The Silent Night, Deadly Night comic book came out,
Oh,
and it's available in 3 covers.
wait, which cover did you get?
Are you going to pitch it?
Dude, the photo cover of the it's the first
Movie?
the first issue is the poster, the U.S. poster of the Santa Claus arm hanging out of the chimney holding the axe. And then issue 2 is going to be like a screenshot of the main title sequence with that wreath with
Oh, yeah,
Silent Night,
yeah.
Deadly Night.
Yeah.
But it's oddballs. Like it pretends like I mean, why wouldn't you do this? It pretends like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 through 5 or whatever didn't happen. So,
That's a mistake.
not, I don't think I mean, dude, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is 50 minutes of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 with like a dude just shooting at people around a neighborhood at the end. You know what I mean? Like,
But that's where you get the most infamous clip of all time.
ugh.
Come on.
Yeah.
Garbage day.
Garbage Day. Where is
That's
it,
gotta
hot
come
dog?
back.
You don't have that on your.
I don't have that. No.
How do you not have
I
Garbage
literally
Day
asked
on
you
your
guys
audio
earlier.
clips?
Earlier, I said, "Hey, are there things you guys want and don't?" And Gable just goes, "Here's a link to
Yeah,
everything."
you know what's
I
funny?
ever
You know
want."
what was
that's-
on that page? You know what was on that page, hot dog?
What was on that page? I'm not-
Garbage day.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Garbage.
all the heavy
This is-
lifting on that.
that's
Instead
your
of you
part
just
of-
telling me
That's
three
your
different,
part
three
of
or
the
four.
show.
You just have to name a few things and say, "Hey, I'd like this, I'd like that," and instead I get.
I haven't
get
gotten
nothing.
any. Where's my Godzilla
Literally-
sequence? Where's
What?
my
Damn.
freedom? Like I don't get the things. I
Number
suggest.
one, you don't just get everything you ask for.
Show is
See?
falling
Okay, that's
apart.
not how
See?
it works.
He says he wants. Are we going to talk about this now?
It's all falling apart.
Well, crowds,
The
man.
last
They won't have to keep coming here.
social.
Come on, hot dog. Leave that for the back room.
Hold on. Let Yucky start complaining.
No.
Complain about, Friday-
I don't
Friday
want
Night
to complain.
Oh.
What? Is that supposed to be? That's not the complaining music. That's the pitch.
Well, I'm going to throw that in there.
There you go. So what was Silent Night, Deadly Night about? Like the comic.
so
Trying to get the show back on track here.
yeah, right. God damn it, hot dog. You made me use the Lord's name in vain. That was your fault.
All right, enough of that.
So the comic book. So yeah, it acts like the sequels don't exist, and right off the bat, there's like a killer Santa killing people, right? And then we later go to Ricky and his family, and it is reproducing the same scene from the opening of part 1, where Billy and Ricky's family take him to their like crazy grandpa in the sanitarium, and the the orderly or whoever leaves, and the guy's like, "Do you know what tonight is? It's Christmas, the scariest damn night of the year." So they just redo that, but then so Billy's not dead. You know, if you remember, if anybody remembers, Billy died at the end of the original. But
Yeah.
with movie magic, with the power of storytelling, you could be like, nope, he just suffered extreme blood loss, but was saved.
Yes.
Yeah, in
But
true
then-
horror and comic book fashion.
But this is the weird part. So the book ends, even though I'm spoiling it. Don't worry, guys. Like it's worth. I guess it's worth.
Is it a $4 comic?
Jesus.
Is it? It's American Mythology Press, which, like, dude, anybody. These guys, they're starting off with really good licenses. They've got Fright Night, Silent Night, Deadly Night. They do a lot with Zorro, Laurel and Hardy.
Hell yeah. Dude, oh man, the kids are excited. You said their favorite character.
Laurel and Hardy.
They can't get enough Laurel and Hardy.
A little boy.
No, that's not Laurel and Hardy. My bad.
But dude, the art really, it's pretty rushed art. Like I think if anybody here is around Comicsgate, like anybody
if
in
anybody
Comicsgate
is
could
around
probably-
Comicsgate, listen to what Yucky's telling you right now.
yeah, you could probably get a job at American Mythology Press drawing some big IPs.
Drawing technically comics.
Technically, it's a comic.
But they will be in the LCS, so
So the end of this book has these kids in the orphanage where Billy didn't die, and they're like recalling the story of like, oh, there was a killer Santa that like came back here and tried to kill the old nun, but was shot down by the police, and we can like raise him from the grave. And they go down to the Christmas tree. They slice a kid's hand and like spray blood on the Christmas tree, and they chant the song from the opening of the first one, the Santa's watching, Santa's waiting.
ooh.
And that somehow, like, at the same time, Billy is in the orphanage hanging himself for some reason, I guess because he's just crazy. And at that moment, the Christmas lights, he's hanging himself with snap, and he's got, like, black eyes. So it's like is he now possessed by the spirit of his evil self from the I don't get it. Is it one of those things where the story of something, like, ooh, the legend of Billy is actually going to create this evil Santa, like, from beyond?
Nah, he's like possessed by an ancient evil now.
But what ancient evil?
Gotta buy book 2 to find
Santa.
out.
Yeah,
I need your clothes and your motorcycle.
You gotta buy
Your
the next book.
Yeah, I do have to buy the next book. So that's out in bookstores now. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like, it didn't need to be a comic book, but hey, like, and this is probably the very first Silent Night, Deadly Night comic book. So you might as well just go buy it, because no matter how lame these are, they're going to be worth something being a horror property. Like the tops.
Emotional damage.
Back
Bay War. Like, I missed out on all those top. Do you remember when Tops were like the first people to do
Mars Attacks.
It was Jason versus Leatherface.
Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah, Jason Goes to Leatherface's house. all the class.
Bingo night.
Game over.
Jason Goes to Leatherface's house. That's a good joke.
Support your local comic book store.
Yeah,
That's
just
the
everyone
moral
go-
of what Yucky's saying.
Just go
Yeah.
buy some. Just go buy some effing comics, you guys. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm gonna have to go buy a second one because just
You
like a
just wore
dumbass
the
that I
pages
haven't
out.
I haven't done my bookkeeping yet, so I've got my stacks of comics in my closet. I got home with my new Silent Night, Deadly Night, and a new Scott Snyder book called something Ghoul, Night of the Ghoul. It's the last issue of that too.
Oh, it's not that like weird Mad Balls crossover they did recently.
No, I'm not gonna fall for that. Dynamite.
I picked it up. I picked it up.
No,
I got it as a gift. Okay. What do you
Okay, that's better.
it's gonna be your kids' college tuition.
do? I think so.
Mad balls, garbage for your kids. But yeah, my comics fell over, destroyed it, so I got to get another one.
You should know better. We got Stupid Newfie in the chat who's asking, has anyone checked out Christmas, Bloody Christmas? A fair amount of the dialogue is arguing about Christmas music and horror movies.
Really?
I did. I watched it the other day. I actually resubbed to Shudder to watch it. It's a film by Joe Begos. I remember he did Bliss, which I was a big fan of, and he also did VFW. And what Stupid Newfie says about the couple that's in there arguing about Christmas music and horror movies goes on for way too long, by the way.
I might like it, though.
That's why I said, when I messaged, I was like, Yucky, this film is for you. Like, this is exactly what I would think Yucky would want to listen to for
I gotta
35
admit,
minutes.
as horrible as all the new Halloween movies are, the only credit I will give it is there's always a cool scene with like a classic Halloween song in it.
Yeah, but I think the only thing you're going to dislike is the fact that the chick is the one who's like schooling the other guy.
Oh,
Finally, a powerful woman in a movie.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
I just know what your reply is going to be. as soon
But you know
as
what,
watch
though?
it.
You know what? I gotta say that maybe that doesn't bother. I would expect a woman to know more about
Santa?
Christmas novelty music, I guess.
True.
You know,
That's fair.
Why is that, Yucky?
I'm a sexist.
Well, no, you said something earlier. I don't know. I mean, I don't mean to put you on blast or anything, but earlier you mentioned I didn't.
Stop doing the baby noise.
You mentioned earlier that you were like, we were talking about it. You're like, yeah, these girls I know seem to know Christmas music really well, and I was like, yeah, and you're like, yeah, I think it's because their skulls are smaller. And I thought that was a weird take. I didn't mean to put you on blast, even though I think that's weird.
That's a little strange.
When I told him my southern accent came out. I did when I was in the army. I did meet a guy who said he dated a chick who listened to Christmas music all year around, and I was like, dude, she was fucking psycho. Like, you're lucky you got away from that. She would have been like Billy, like naughty.
Because you know the people I know that like Christmas, right? They still wait until Christmas,
Right?
to do Christmas things. And
There
usually
was a-
people who like Christmas like have a strong fondness and appreciation for other holidays. It's just they like Christmas a lot, you know?
You're in July going, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
All I
There
want
was
for
a
Christmas is
documentary
July.
that talked about people who were like Christmas, like, I don't know, obsession.
What do you
Christmas
call it? Is there a name
files?
for that?
I guess
Christmas heads,
files. I guess I don't know.
Christmas.
Yeah, but like the documentary is basically like these people just like this guy has like his entire house is nothing but like nutcrackers. You're like, okay, I don't know. Is that Christmas or is that just this dude who's obsessed?
Maybe he
Yeah,
just
I don't
likes
know. That's-
nutcrackers.
Yeah,
though.
is that Germanic? I don't know. Maybe they just like.
Maybe he just fucking really wants nuts. Whoever
Yeah,
buys a
he's got a
nutcracker
lot of
cracks
nuts to crack. They don't crack nuts though. Do
Not
they?
anymore. They used to.
They used to. They must
Yeah.
have made
That
out
was
of
like
way stranger
decoration,
stuff
you
than
know
what
what
they
I
got
mean?
at TJ Maxx. That's for sure.
And yeah, you put the nut in the mouth, hot dog, and you pull a lever.
Balls on the bottom. No, I get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's how it goes. What were we talking about? Oh, Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but it's your very typical Joe Bagos film, which basically means a lot of red gels, a lot of synth music, a lot of I'm not gonna say Rob Zombie-esque dialogue, but
Oh
like
no. Is it
dialogue that
cursing?
has
A lot of cursing.
it is a lot of cursing, a lot of like degenerate talk about sex stuff, and
Ugh.
that goes on way too long and has nothing to do with the actual story. But towards the end, there's a robot Santa Claus, and he does kill stuff. It is kind of graphic, but it is low budget.
So
But
it
overall,
delivers.
I enjoyed it.
It sounds like Class of 1999 with the Santa Claus. I like it.
Yeah.
So I had
you'll
my
get-
cousin used to work at a movie theater, a hip movie theater in L.A. May he rest in peace. But I believe Joe Bagos was one of the people he like wasn't a fan of. I forgot what he was saying. I don't want to put him on blast too much, but
Yeah,
I
we'll
do
come after
remember
you.
there was.
That
some,
sounds
some
fair. I've
negativity.
never seen any of these movies.
I don't think I've ever. I bought a copy of VFW, and it didn't work. So that's definitely a mark against Joe Bezos in my book.
Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Did you buy? I don't know. I said it's like, did you buy it from Amazon?
Yeah, I did buy it from Amazon. So it's both Bezos and Bagos.
Bagos. Yeah.
Jim Turner says, I was told that Dead End from 2003 is going to be the Christmas horror movie. Any opinions?
I haven't seen it, but it's on Tubi. I looked it up after you
Is it?
posted it. Yeah.
Oh.
What's it about?
We
Did
can
you
watch
look
that.
up a
We have
description?
some Christmas movies to watch.
When a family en route to a Christmas Eve gathering decides to take a shortcut down a wooded road, an eerie sequence of events signals troubles ahead. After nearly colliding with an oncoming car, Father Frank picks up a ghostly hitchhiker and her infant child. With the sudden appearance of their new passengers, the route becomes dark and treacherous, and the family's numbers rapidly begin to dwindle in a series of seemingly connected grisly roadside accidents. I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark here and believe that they were dead the whole time.
That seems, no offense, but it seems very tropey.
Or
Yeah,
it sounds
it
like Christmassy Wrong Turn or something.
Yeah.
Is this
I don't
a
know, I'm
French
down.
movie?
It's going to be Christmas
Better not be.
Hillbillies.
There's some French names on here.
We got a lot of Christmas horror films to watch, gentlemen.
And these are French names involved in this production. Let's see what else they directed.
Yeah, I don't
we
know if I
also
want to watch
got
that Violent Night. I don't know.
Art and Times of Jay Ryan in the chat, talking about that's what we did when he was a kid. That I think those are the bloody sacrifices to Killer Santa.
If
Oh, I
it
thought
was
it was
spilling
cracking
blood,
nuts.
it wasn't Christmas.
Ew, wee.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of Christmas horror films, I think we should announce next week. Black
sorry.
Christmas. We've been teasing it for like 3 months now.
Right?
I think we're going to review. We are going to review the original Black Christmas, Black Xmas, and then the 2019 Black Christmas.
The Yas Girl,
French
Yas
fries.
Queen Slay Black Christmas.
So
Bruh.
first two films everybody can watch on Tubi. The third one is a little harder to find, but
Are you done with your sound effects?
Dude, I'm spicing it up.
yeah.
I'm just glad that you guys are good at talking around it. That's what makes me happy.
Do you want us to like not talk while you? While
No,
you
I want you to. No, I
Okay.
like it. I like what we're doing now. This is great.
Merry Christmas, Mama. That's my hillbilly Christmas guy.
Oh, Vic's making fun of me.
Hi, Mama. Merry Christmas.
Ma-
Oh no, a horror movie that's very tropey.
Well, it's not the fact that it's tropey. It's the fact that everything about it sounds like a trope. There's nothing unique into it.
Yeah, you don't want to because like I just watched that. Well, I think I talked a little bit about last week. I saw Troll, the Norwegian Godzilla.
Yes.
And dude,
Yeah.
like when you get so tropey, where it's just like her father has been studying this like thing for years, and no one believed him, and the government called him crazy, and they covered it up, and he inspired her to become a scientist. It's like I've seen that damn movie. I've just seen it. I'm done with it. I don't need to see
Yeah.
that movie anymore.
Calling something tropey is not necessarily a bad thing if it's executed well. Like something could be tropey and executed very well, and you still end up enjoying it. But you are like you already know what's going to happen in the film. That's like kind of like what I mean when I say tropey.
I mean, good movies, even good newer movies, can be breaking down to brass tacks of what the tropes are and still just be interesting enough, right?
Yeah, like at this point, I would say even the black comedy Christmas horror movie is tropey now. Like, where is a really serious, like this fucking dude is Santa and he's killing people. Like let's do this with some,
Turn him into a
Earnesty.
robot, and you can watch Christmas Bloody Christmas.
That does sound a little better. At least like the Santa guy won't be like making pun jokes or whatever while he kills people or something.
Oh, he doesn't say a thing.
That sounds great.
He's a robot.
He's a robot.
But I'm also sick of. Here's another Christmas movie horror trope that I don't like, and this was even in Silent Night, Deadly Night, where they make the characters that are going to get murdered like really shitty people. It's like, no, I like the idea of someone, I don't know, doing something just a little, I don't know, just something that the Santa character sees as evil or naughty. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to be a piece of shit human being for their like, they're gonna get like, they're gonna get their comeuppance. Like there should be some like innocent people in Christmas horror movies, but a lot of them are just like shit people that deserve to die.
I always like when there's child bullies and then the Christmas killer's like, you've been a piece of shit, I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah. That trope. That's a good
I like that trope. That's a good trope.
Christmas Bloody Christmas has some bad people get killed, but also good people get killed, and also kids.
Like,
So
why do you
you'll
care?
enjoy it.
Why do you care if evil people get killed? Why would anybody care if a piece of shit gets killed? You know, like it's a little different. I don't know.
But isn't
why
there
I feel-
degrees of shittiness? Like a child bully, you're gonna be like, it's a little excessive.
Yeah, don't kill him, but you know,
Yeah, time to reform. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I go back and forth because if we start talking about EC comics, then I go completely opposite, right? Like that's all Tales from the Crypt is like morality, like someone steals something or somebody kills somebody and gets a comeuppance. But when it comes to Christmas stuff, I don't know. I like the idea of, I don't know, like remember in the first Silent Night, Deadly Night when Linnea Quigley is with her boyfriend and like, you know, they're just whatever. It's two couples making out or whatever, and he's just like, you deserve to die because you're making out.
It was an incel thing for sure.
Yeah.
It was like that movie is basically prophesizing Elliot Rodger. You know.
Elliot Rodger,
hell is-
Vampire Slayer.
Well, that's it. What's interesting about that movie. It's like there's like
don't do that.
two parts of the setup to Silent Night, Deadly Night. He sees his parents get murdered by Santa Claus, but then he's raised by this strict mother superior that has this like, you know, this over what do I want to call it? Overbearing.
Horny. Okay.
Yeah.
She's over horny. That's enough. This is an orphanage, you weird lady.
Vicious in Comics says Yucky has no joy in his heart. Troll was awesome. Pfft.
Oh.
Dude, you know how many kaiju movies like? Come on.
How
Like,
many?
No
Name
joy in
them.
my
Name
heart.
them all. Name 5.
Dude, there
Yeah.
was three kaiju movies. Come on,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to. That's a joke.
Dignify that with a
Yeah,
response.
I'm not even digging. That's a joke.
Our studio audience here does not like that.
Well, because come on,
They're hard to
That's-
please.
It's just too easy. Like, why even waste it? Earlier, if anybody knows the Comicsgate realm, Dark Gift Comics had a giveaway. He's having a giveaway of a bunch of comics from.
You said
Comicsgate.
having, so that giveaway is still occurring?
Yeah, like he had an episode. I don't know when he's going to do these episodes, but he's just asking questions or whatever. And he chose horror movies today, and it was like, pfft, like I cleaned up. Like I missed one book. I didn't get these Graveyard Shift 1 and 2 from John Malin just because I
Got the question
accidentally.
Yeah.
No.
What
I
kind
didn't
of
hit
questions
send.
were they?
Oh, dude,
Were they
it was
normie horror
Okay,
questions?
yeah, to me.
Okay.
Would we have?
It's,
would we
it's
have
like
got
in
them?
1980, I think it was in. I might get the year wrong, but like in 1985, this horror movie like amazed audiences with its special effect kill scene on the ceiling.
Empire Strikes Back.
Emotional damage.
You know, easy, right?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
What was the other one?
Spoilers. If you
Oh,
didn't see
19
that one,
Yeah, if you
Johnny
haven't
Depp.
seen Nightmare on Elm Street, that's
Yeah.
you ruined that movie.
Like in 1943, this movie introduced the first team up of monsters.
Dracula.
It's Frankenstein meets Wolfman.
versus- Oh fuck.
You would have got it wrong. Yeah, you fake geek. So, yeah, I'm just not going to dignify it. 5.
Wilford Brimley says, "Remember Nasser." That's right. Never forget.
Where'd he go?
Where did he go? Well, he streamed earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, he's also in our thumbnail for this stream.
That's
I
right.
didn't think that was a good idea.
I
I
didn't either.
selectively used.
Gable
I
did it,
selectively
so-
used Fat Nasser for this.
I just, let's be adjacent here. Let's let's associate with them sparingly.
I selectively used Fat Nasser because I thought it was fun. That's back when he was entertaining.
I can say he did say he really liked that, so he kept.
Oh, he
so,
saw it.
yeah.
If Nasser could cheer up, he's welcome on any time to talk about horror crap.
I told him he has an open invite to the show.
You got to buck up, though.
I think he's asleep though. He's the first one to comment on the.
No, it's
the
past
live
his
stream today.
bedtime.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably best. It's bedtime.
Jim Tudor knows what's up.
What
Abbott
else
and
Christmas
Costello
is
meets
going on?
Frankenstein.
That was way later.
What a show!
Which is
huh?
interesting because I did just see a poster of Frankenstein meets Wolfman that promised that Lon Chaney was going to play both parts.
What happened to it?
I don't know. They turned their back on that.
Just
They
died.
had Bela Lugosi play Frankenstein, which is the worst Frankenstein in Universal Monsters history.
How
I'd
was
take
Christopher
Aaron
Lee? Wasn't
Eckhart.
Christopher Lee a Frankenstein at one point?
Yeah, but he looked cool.
How
looked
was he?
cool. That was in the
he
Peter
good?
Cushing, the Hammer.
I never
one.
watch. I don't watch Hammer horror.
Dude,
Really?
the Hammer Frankenstein
I don't
series is
like,
really good because Frankenstein the man is like the villain in all those. Like he will always end up killing his like wife or friend or killing
Yeah.
somebody to experiment, right? Like
Yeah.
they really do make the Doctor the villain in the Hammer ones. Those are worth a watch.
I don't care for a lot of older British cinema
Emotional
or
damage.
older British TV shows. Just not a fan.
Bro,
I think Yucky's favorite Hammer Dracula film is probably Dracula. Was it 1972 with the hippies?
yeah.
That's his favorite. I can
That was
tell.
awesome, dude. I mean, I totally kind of agree with Hot Dog though. I don't necessarily get behind the Victorian horror. Yeah. It's
I
just
went through
kind
my
of dull to
phase.
look at.
Yeah, I went through my phase.
It just when it feels like a soap opera, I'm kind of out of there. You know. That's why I never watch Dark Shadows.
Dude. For a soap opera, Dark Shadows is the bomb, dude. Like every vampire from modern age movies, cinema comes from Dark Shadows. Like he's the reluctant vampire, but he's also not that reluctant. Like when he needs blood, he's like, "You got to get away from me! Like I'm going to kill you!"
I've seen Twilight. I get how those go. What else we got?
Dude, the first storyline in Dark Shadows is he finds a woman who, of course, looks like his old love,
Yeah.
and
Hell
he chains her up in the basement to pretty much convince her that like, no, you are this person. Like it's incredibly psychotic, dude.
True love is a wonderful thing.
Wilford Brimley says Dark Shadows is the bomb.
See,
Speaking of the bomb, I seen that the new Top Gun is coming to Paramount Plus.
Okay.
oh,
Now, did you guys see the new Top Gun?
I
I've
have
never
not.
seen any Top Guns.
I
You
saw
haven't
the
seen
original.
one?
Yeah.
No, and I've lived near landmarks from Top Gun, and I've never seen Top Gun.
Crazy.
Is it just one of those things you just never felt the need to watch
Yeah,
it?
I don't know. I'm
Or
not
just never
a-
had
Need
the
for you don't
chance?
have the
I'm not
need
a
for
guy.
speed.
I'm not a guy for those type of movies. You know, I like
volleyball
horror.
movies?
If I'm gonna watch an action movie, it's got to be completely unhinged and just.
But you didn't get, like-
bonkers, you know.
I remember there was a whole like F-14 Tomcat like craze like after
That swept the nation where everyone was just buying their own Tomcats. I remember that.
Hot Dog missed that. Yeah.
I was into, there was something called Ring Raiders that was like a poor man. It was a Matchbox GI Joe product, but they all like flew fighter jets, and it was all from it was all based off the popularity of Top Gun. But the reason I bring it up is you said you saw it, Gable.
I saw the original. I haven't seen.
Oh,
the
okay. Like I'm scared to watch this because it's like, dude, are they gonna give me some like modern day rap version of Highway to the Danger Zone? Or that's what will ruin it for me. Like everyone just walks away saying like, oh, it's nostalgia, it's whatever. But it's like, dude, but I swear to God, they're gonna like put in some modern day. Like
I heard it was tasteful, nostalgic fan service, but it was actually a good movie. So like I'm a little pumped for it. Like I'll spend a night watching it, see how it is.
I don't know.
So Wilfred Brimley in the chat says Dark Shadows novels are also the mass destruction bomb.
Never read them.
Jim Tuner, and this is what I'm very curious about. He says the first storyline in Dark Shadows was so dark that the only way out of it for the writers was time travel. Is that true? They used time travel in that?
Or time travel isn't like a time skip?
I'm trying to think of the first storyline.
I thought Yucky was a lore master.
Well, but I started at, Barnabas Collins starts at episode, like, I don't even know, 211 maybe?
Yeah, there's a lot of episodes.
In height,
So-
he's what?
Yeah. It wasn't a vampire
He's
show.
2'11" high.
Season 2.
Oh,
Episode,
Not even season
211.
2. Episode
I thought he was.
211.
I thought he
211.
was like a little Dracula, and he's like, "That's my wife. I'm gonna grow into being the height that she likes someday."
Hey, Little Dracula's a good idea for a book.
I mean, they go back in time a
Not
lot
bad.
in Dark Shadows.
Did you ever watch that full moon movie, The Creeps, where it's about
yeah.
the guy
Yeah.
pulls the monsters from the books and they're all just little?
Little
That's
midgets.
the whole. The rest of the movie is just garbage. But
Who's
that's the
that?
whole.
Who's the Mexican little person that's in, like, everything?
Oh, his name's on it. Phil Fondacaro, I think.
Yeah, that guy's a genius.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Dude, I heard
He
there's
was
going to be
in
a
Boom.
table reading of some Tales from the Crypt movie that was unproduced. I don't know if that's going to be this month or...
Bordello of Blood wasn't good enough to make me care about any future ones.
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with
Oh,
you.
because
What-
they did make a third one technically. By the way,
wasn't that they just like slapped the title onto something?
I think it just ended up being produced that just through slipping through so many fingers. Jim Tuner saying they went back in time to the Revolutionary War after Barnabas got too dark.
I mean, like I said, he's a dark character. He's not like... He may have created the trope of the reluctant vampire, but like, dude, he is freaking evil, man.
Is he the Dark Shadow?
He is. He is.
So you said he was Barnabas Collins is 2'11", and Phil Fondacaro's 3'6". So Phil Fondacaro's got a bit of height on that guy. He could dunk on his ass.
Yeah.
The best part about watching Dark Shadows is the production was so cheap that any mistake is there on camera. Like, I've seen this like gypsy dude like doing a spell and have like a light fall in front of him, and he just like puts his hand back and then continue on with his speech. You know,
He's a professional.
That's that British acting. That's why they keep having British actors playing American roles. It is astounding how many characters are wildly American but portrayed by dirty British folks.
I don't know why they do
Absolutely
that.
It's
Are they
weird.
trying to like disenfranchise the American actor from
What's
ever
his name?
being a superhero?
Peter Spiderman has been portrayed by 2 British people.
Brits. Yeah.
I mean,
Crazy.
Superman's a Brit.
Yup.
Like, they're all British. They're all British people. Leave our superheroes alone.
Why can't we have Americans playing these guys?
I tell you, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Well, because
Yeah, I
it's
don't know.
weird. Because remember they made that Selena movie, and it had Jessica Lopez. Wait, Jennifer Lopez?
I guess.
Who?
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
tell me.
Jennifer Lopez was playing, and everyone's like, "No, she's the wrong type of Hispanic. It's whatever." I'm just thinking, like, how come nobody's doing that on behalf of the Americans that suffer every day without getting to be Superman and Spider-Man?
Well,
Nobody likes Americans.
I don't want to blame anybody in the Hollywood industry. I'm not. Uh-oh.
Oh.
But it would be nice that, because there's rumors of, what's his nuts? The guy who played Aquaman. Jason Momoa.
What are his nuts?
His nuts is Jason Momoa.
Polynesian, I guess.
There's rumors of him playing Lobo, which makes way more sense than
the
Aquaman.
most sense. Although I think the
Really the most
Aquaman
sense.
casting was fairly spirited, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. It was like a neat twist. I wasn't mad at
Aquaman
it.
being like, badass. That's not my Aquaman. It's so fucking stupid. I'm sick of Aquaman trying to be try-hard just to get over the ridicule of being Aquaman for the past.
He talks
30
to fish.
Yeah, you know? And like now, like, no, he's got tattoos all over him. And he says badass. He curses. Tells
He
people
plays-
off.
He plays Xbox.
My man. My man. I almost choked. My man.
Yucky just can't do it. He just can't get through that.
So my fingers are crossed for a blonde Aquaman. Come on, let's get a blondie. Come on, we need a blonde superhero.
Oh no! That has bad content.
What happened to representation?
There's no good blonde guys that are acting these days. Everyone's a brown-haired,
Dude,
fair-haired brunette.
Let's get a Skarsgård or whatever. There's a million Skarsgårds, and
There's
they're all
not
really
one
good.
that's cut for Aquaman. That's for sure.
Didn't that dude just play Northman? The Northman?
Who?
The Northman?
Oh, was that a Skarsgård?
Wasn't that a
Yeah, but
Skarsgård?
he can't be Aquaman.
He can be if Henry Cavill can be Superman, he could be Aquaman.
Henry
It doesn't take
Cavill has
acting,
every
it just-
right to be
it just
Superman.
takes weightlifting.
Yeah, you know what? He kind of does look like he could be Aquaman. I
Hell
take
yeah.
it back.
Is
I
he the one that
rescind.
was in like the Tarzan movie?
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's pronounced Tarzan.
Tarzan.
Tarzan. That's also how you say Conan. Conan. Tarzan.
I don't know which Skarsgård it is.
I think it's
Alexander.
Bill? I don't know.
Which one is
Alexander.
which one is the
Bill's
guy?
Bill's the Pennywise, I think.
Okay, he was also the one in Barbarian, right?
Yeah, Barbarian.
Well, I think that was not the guy from Northman, was it?
No,
it's a different
that's it.
Skarsgård.
Jim Turner says, if you wanted Americans playing superheroes, you're going to Nick Cage as Superman and Tom Cruise as Batman.
Yes, 1,000 times. Yes.
Yeah, I actually rewatch. You can finally find The Death of Superman Lives: What Happened on YouTube. Go watch that documentary. Like, it will change your
awesome.
mind about
will.
like what that movie could have been. Especially by the end. Like, you'll see all that crazy production art and all that shit. But by the end of it, they get the message across that like really people are judging it by like just production notes. Like, it would have changed and been something 100% pretty much closer to reality than you think you'd
See,
expect from Tim
the
Burton.
production sketches, I think, are what sold me on the idea. Like at a passing mention, it just sounds kind of ridiculous, right? This Tim Burton Superman starring Nick Cage, just sounds crazy. But then actually seeing all the work that went into it and what we didn't get, it made me wish we did get it. You know?
Yeah, dude. It just would have been interesting. Like, I'm much more interested in filmmakers adapting a comic book idea because I mean, ever since we've had these quote unquote actual comic book adaptions, they've been shit. Like, I'm ready for that sort of filmmaker to have that point of view. You know, like someone like Tim Burton, who's like, why would someone need to dress up as a bat? Well, because they're not that intimidating looking, or whatever, right? Like,
yeah,
like that takes a filmmaker to like, I don't know, make something.
I mean,
like that
there's
work.
some certain kind of grounded logic that helps. I think.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like, if Nick Cage was Clark Kent, when people are like, it doesn't make any sense that Superman's big and like Clark Kent is big But I'm like, dude, Clark Kent is such a fucking dork. People don't even make eye contact with him. Like, that guy at work who he's like, hey, hot dog. You're like, hey, guy, cool, I got to go. You know, like, I'm working on the thing. That's Clark Kent. Clark Kent's the, hi, dudes, I just want to be your friend. Shut up. Like, no one would see him as Superman. I appreciate you guys having the Superman talk with me.
Sometimes you need it. We know you got to let go sometimes.
I know. We lost some viewers, but I'll take it.
Well, good for you, Yucky.
It's a Yucky therapy session. Fun.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to talk about? How do we get these
I
viewers
would
back?
love, by the way, for Yucky to go to therapy, and every therapist has to tell him to leave because he just won't stop talking about Superman.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't want to deal with it.
Perhaps you are in love with this Superman.
I'll be like, you just don't get it. He's two different people.
I always get thrown out of my therapy sessions because I keep bringing my soundboard.
Emotional damage.
They're like, you need new ones.
It's all downhill from here.
Please, anybody, if you're in the chat and you have a nice library of sound effects,
Please send them. To
send
Hot
it
Dog.
to someone.
I just
on
added a
this
few
panel.
tonight. Wait, not that one. We got this new one that Yucky likes.
Game over.
I do like that. That's you saying game over, isn't it?
No, it's from
Game
Godzilla
over.
the video game.
So-
Oh, and then I added the which I don't like it as much. It's a little clustery. I'd like a better version of that, but from
what
from
else
Smash
is going
Brothers.
on?
Oh man, it's almost. Oh, we talked about Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
shit.
speaking of Barbarian, I did watch
Ugh,
Barbarian a couple
Barbarian.
days ago.
Again?
Well, I rewatched it with someone else.
Oh.
So I was able
Oh.
Romantic. Didn't even get to the end, I hope.
Well, listen, things happen.
We all want to come over and watch a movie.
Netflix and chill. You know, it's fine. I don't know
Hold
if
on. I've got some sound effects you sent me from that
Please.
evening.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't know why Vic was there. That was very awkward. But you know what? It's okay. You can watch. It's fine.
Well, it
But, you know-
sounded like a good evening. Continue.
Continue. Did the Me Too messaging create a romantic atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gets girls in the mood. I'll tell you that.
That was
No,
what was so disappointing. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I watched it partially watched it the second time, and I still don't understand if I like it or if I think it's like just entire structural mess storytelling wise.
Why
It's
would you
definitely
say
that,
it's
I
a
think.
mess? I think it's a fantastic first watch. I
Okay.
don't think it lends itself well to multiple watches.
The first
though.
40 minutes is a solid short horror film.
Yeah.
As soon as it jumps over to Justin Long, I think
Oh my god.
everything changes.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Really okay.
Yeah, he said one of the hardest parts of him getting that movie produced were that the movie basically resets, and I like it because you're all amped up, like all this adrenaline, and then suddenly you're not there anymore.
Probably.
And I really like
I don't
that
know
the
if
movie
that
does
works
that.
for me though.
It resets with like Hollywood drama.
Yeah,
That's what takes me out of it. I was like,
but I like
this
that
is like
too
Twitter
because you're
bullshit.
almost like, is this a different movie? Like
You
you're
got
so
canceled,
confused.
bro.
You don't know what's going on.
yeah, just as long as an actor who gets canceled for like supposedly coming on to a chick or having sex with her, and I'm just like, oh great, like this is here where, and like the first half of the movie, it has a little bit of that messaging, but I found that much more interesting, where like a woman comes to a rental house and there's already a dude there.
Yeah, there's already
and
somebody
she's
there.
like, and he's like, well, like I don't want to leave you out in the cold, so you can stay here, and they kind of got into a conversation about, you know, if the roles were reversed, you know, would she be too intimidated? And she's like, hell yeah, I wouldn't let a guy like, you know, so that was fine. But then as soon as you go to full on Hollywood Me Too shit, I was just like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah,
Horrifying.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
the structure
douchebags
didn't work
exist
for me.
though. I didn't think it was beating you over the head. It's just like, oh, here's his character,
Yeah,
you know, and that's why I don't have the same qualms that you have
Well,
with that.
but I mean, okay, but like I get it. There's something thematically about. Once again, maybe this would be more clear if the theme was a little clearer, because there's something to this, because there's like an old lady monster or something in the basement, like a naked lady monster,
Yes.
and if she captures you, she'll treat you like a baby. She'll
Incest baby. Incest
But-
baby grown up.
And so it goes to a backflash where it shows the dude that's in a lot of
Richard Brake.
zombie movies, yeah. And what was the story there? It's like people were moving out because of what?
I
That-
think
that was
well,
Detroit.
it takes place in Detroit, yeah.
That's right,
So
that's
their
right,
their
that's right.
economy crashed and people were just leaving.
And he's like,
I
I
don't know if you ever. I mean, I don't know if you ever seen or been around that area, but like,
Only
it's
in
pretty.
RoboCop.
It's pretty close to. I've been through like some of those rough neighborhoods of there. I'm not trying to say like hot dogs from the streets or nothing, but
Well, you are.
I've been
It's
through
okay.
there. I'm a street dog. I
Dilapidated
told you guys.
is a nice word.
I've
to
seen
say.
It's
you
a
go tooth.
it's a very kind word.
Yeah.
I saw buildings there that looked like they were attacked by a clover field when I was there. I mean,
They're
it's
still
just
up.
yeah, it is
Shenanigans.
rough. So like yeah, so the basis of the movie, I guess spoiler alert for anybody in the chat, but guy is a bad guy. Everyone leaves the neighborhood. He moves underground because he's running a snuff operation.
Sex dungeon.
Yeah.
It's a sex dungeon.
He's basically kidnapping women and having sex with them and keeping them in there. And then when the babies are coming, he's having sex with the babies.
Well, I'm assuming they're a little older, but he seemed like a degenerate, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But basically, it's big incest. Baby grows up, and that's kind of what the monster ends up being.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, some woman who apparently watched that same birthing tape, like how to be a mom tape on VHS, like over and over again their entire life. So as new people come into the into the underground, she treats them like babies. And there's a lot of like gross scenes with her trying to like breastfeed. Yeah, and all this other stuff, and it's
There was a deleted scene that I wish they would have put in where she tries to feed the girl like a rat or something.
Like a baby bird.
baby bird.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
I think it's a rat, but she feeds it like a baby bird. You know, like
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
chews
yeah.
it
Chews
up
it
and
and
spits
spits
it
in
in
its
her
mouth.
mouth or whatever.
You know, I can't help but
that
think
would've
if
been
that
cool.
was me in the underground sex dungeon as an inbred child baby monster, my movie would have just been Transformers the animated movie, and I'd keep trying to turn into a car.
Beep, boop, boop. That's all you would say over and over again.
Okay, so this is what confuses me. I think Gable has it right that like yeah, he's making snuff films and then it's all because we find out
Yeah.
that this dude is still locked up down there.
Yeah. Which
So,
is
at one
I like
point,
that.
one of
That
these
does
is
that part
twist.
didn't make sense to me. By the way,
Well,
Why?
there's like a
She
a
goes out
black
at night.
homeless man who like yeah, there's a black homeless man that kind of knows what's going on in the house, and when the people escape the house, he has something of an exposition scene, but he says like that woman and the dude like they're in that house making babies, and then like a copy, they get worse. But I'm just like, you mean that's why I'm like, where did the copy of a copy like has he only been mating with that one or like
No,
where's all these damn babies?
He's been mating with the kids down the line.
But at what point in time did they lock him up?
What?
And when
he's
did she
just
stop having
decrepit.
because she should have an inbred baby, right?
Yeah, he's bedbound. He's not. He
Yeah,
can't
he's
get
just
up.
he's just old and dying.
Well, but he had handcuffs, didn't he?
I
Wasn't
don't-
he
I didn't-
handcuffed to the bed?
I didn't see. I don't
I don't
remember
remember that,
handcuffs.
I thought he was handcuffed to the bed.
No, I
No,
just
I
thought he
don't
was
think so.
old
Check
and
me on
couldn't
that.
move.
Yeah.
That's why
I
he was
mean, if
getting-
there were handcuffs, he didn't emphasize it because I've seen it twice. I don't remember that at all.
Well, that would be kind of weird though,
can't
because like
remember.
there's a scene where the monster is chasing the person, and they get to that door where Richard Brake's room is, and then the monster kind of like backs off, you
Yeah.
know. And then I'm going, okay, well, if he was handcuffed, would the monster?
right.
Why would the monster care? So I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right, Yuck. I don't know, or maybe it's just
weird.
there was handcuffs there that he used for sex. For
I mean, he definitely abused her,
yeah,
or else why would she be afraid? You know.
I mean,
Or
they,
why-
they
you know.
stayed in dog cages and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Finatra said I would turn into a food truck.
Oh shit!
I think he hit the nail on the head.
That's pretty cool.
Is
I
there
think
any
that's pretty good.
Transformer food trucks? That'd be like that's a new
first.
character.
Is there
no one's ever
one?
Thought of. I
If
don't
not,
think there
Vic,
is.
get on it.
Right?
Hot dog,
feel like-
hot dog, a food truck,
I feel
Transformer.
like they'd make him Hispanic.
Yeah.
That's not racist because I'm one of those.
Make sure you put a giant sombrero on it.
Hot Dogatron
Or food
or
You think they do a cross promo with Oscar Mayer?
right?
You think so? Is that it? Would be like the new like Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah, like I seen like there's like some Tonka Transformer thing
Hmm.
specifically for Tonka.
Taco Man, says Finatra. I agree. I don't know.
So what was the movie trying to say? Because okay, the end of the movie, like everyone escapes. I see. At first, I thought it was kind of interesting that like, oh, Justin Long's just going to be like framed for this, but like, no, he's a piece of shit, and he did like sexually assault whatever actress they were talking about earlier in the movie.
Yeah, he's a coward. He's a piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he's just like,
Have you watched Red Letter Media's review of it?
no, I haven't.
No.
Because they had a pretty
So-
good read on it that I thought was interesting, and I'd recommend watching. It's only like 10 minutes long. You can find them just talking about Barbarian really quick. They cut it out from one of the videos. But basically, it breaks down that like she's very cautious around the one guy that she could have trusted, and too trusting of the guy that she shouldn't have been trusting. You know, because Justin Long's there, and they're trying to work together. She's too trusting, and it just consistently fucks her over. Shoots her, throws her off the thing. Just a piece of shit because he doesn't care. But the guy in the beginning, she's very cautious of, and he was a nice boy the whole time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things there just about trust. I mean, you can definitely break down the whole thing of just
Yeah, what are they saying about the monster? Are they saying like this monster is like what happens when you
You're
breed women only to
obsessed.
breed? No, I'm just saying.
upset. No, I don't know. I don't think they got a read on that.
I don't think
Yeah.
it'd be like.
I don't know if there's any. At least I didn't see any thematic
Yeah.
thing with that.
Well, it's very weird having a monster that just wants to treat you like a baby and take care of you. You know,
Yeah.
it's almost like I don't know, like a.
That made me feel like one of those weird '70s movies, you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, I think the theme, or I'm not saying this is the theme of the movie, but the type of theme it might be going for, I'll just say, it's kind of every woman's not meant to be a mother, right?
Yeah.
Like you got women that drown their babies, you got women blah blah blah, and like that's a popular. I don't want to call it a trope. That's just a popular theme in some horror movies, especially more modern, about like women are not necessarily the greatest caregivers.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, is this movie trying to say like, you know, because like like you said, she just watches this instructional video on how to take care of babies her whole life, right?
Yep.
So she's just like obsessed with like baby, like it's just,
But I mean, to be fair to her, if they were nice and obeyed, they stayed alive. So
Yeah.
how do we know that?
She's not all
See,
that.
would they have bred her though?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, because the guy was bedridden again, you know? Like, so we don't know. We don't
But
know
would
what-
she have made the other dude breed with her? Maybe that's why she needed a dude and a girl to make them breed because
we need a sequel.
they're all tapped out, right?
that's all I'm saying.
Maybe when they do the prequel, right?
I think there's more mutant inbred babies down there. I'm just saying.
Right?
You'd think there would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume
That's
they
what,
were
like,
eating
what-
them.
That's one thing that kind of loses me in the movie is, well, where's the bodies? Where's the bones? Where's all the other freaky babies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you just keep going down. I think there's more tunnels below there with more incest retard babies. I think you just keep going. I think this is a cinematic equivalent. You could be like The Godfather.
Yeah, because I definitely think the monster we see, it's like it's to that point where they've replicated too many times where it's just like, dude, like it's corrupted, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
they can't
not.
reproduce anymore. They can't make a copy of a copy anymore, or whatever.
Yeah, faded.
I don't know. I was just disappointed. Everybody, just like Skinamarink, every like few months, there's some like horror movie that people make a damn big deal about, and that's when you realize, like, oh, these are the elevated horror movies. These are
I
the,
disagree with elevated horror on something like, you could say that about Skinamarink, but I don't think you could make the same argument for Barbarian.
Yeah, I
Really?
I
Yeah.
enjoyed Barbarian for what it was.
Yeah, and it's a fun first watch, and it's nothing it's not trying to be deep. I think when you're trying to call it elevated horror, you're like assigning it themes and a status. It's not there. It's just
think
trying
it's-
to be,
No.
it just is what it is.
It would
For
not be about Me
WTF.
Too if it wasn't trying to make like
You're-
a theme about
dude,
it. You know what I mean? Like
you can have things in a movie and it's not about that. It doesn't have to be about that.
that's insane.
You know?
What you just said was an insane thing.
no,
If
no,
you bring up
because
some political thing,
things
if
can
you're
be-
like,
no, dude, no. It doesn't
bullshit, like
encompass the whole
like,
film.
That's why every single like death wish, like this is how you know. I keep on thinking about like what is a conservative movie versus a liberal movie, right? And I keep thinking about Death Wish and Dirty Harry's because in those movies they always have a cop being like, in New York City, every 29 seconds a woman is murdered. You know, and like every 54 seconds a woman is raped. Like they
Yeah,
always give
I
these
remember when we
crime
watched
statistics.
that and they said that and you just whispered based. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I'm just saying. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't call you a writer then if you're having your characters make like political statements, but like no, that's not a theme of the movie. It's like what the fuck are you talking
It doesn't
about?
have to be a theme of the movie. I would
But
think
it
the
is,
theme of the
though.
film is something that's
Sure,
bigger
you
and more
can-
encompassing.
As an audience member, you can ignore it. That's perfectly fair.
I don't know, man. Much like Goatsy, that's a bit of a stretch, my guy.
Oh shit.
You know what my favorite like double meaning? It was just the anniversary of Superman the movie, right? And this is like one of the best opening lines of any movie ever. The opening line of that movie is Jor-El saying, "This is no fantasy. This is no wild aberration. Like, no, my friends, what we have here is undeniable fact." They're making a statement about like this is not make believe anymore. Like you had comics, you had TV. Like this movie is the real fucking deal.
Oh, I thought they were like the planet getting destroyed. That was his political take on that. This is not
You're
fantasy.
saying
This
he
is
was
real.
for or against the planet being exploded?
I assume he was against it.
I'm just saying, I
could be
don't
wrong.
think real filmmaker like you have your characters say the things that are your themes. You know, you have them in the situations that are your themes. You try to make the characters and the themes and the situations all match.
So hold
up,
on, let
you know?
me get this straight. Let's say one of the characters in Barbarian was like, "Oh man, I only eat Beyond chicken nuggets because I'm a vegan." You wouldn't be like, "This is a vegan movie now." Actually,
It depends. It depends. If
well,
it's
so
something
now
like
it
Dash Cam-
depends.
Well, if it's something like Dash Cam, we're like, you know, like here's the characters we're gonna murder: the MAGA hat guy, the guy
Yucky.
that like asks a chick to smile. You know what I mean? Like,
Yucky, I think is your shift starting soon because you're waffling and you should be at the fucking Waffle House. Clock in.
That was a stretch, but we'll take it.
nah,
I was working on it in my head. It sounded way
that
better.
was a stretch.
dude, horror.
bruh.
Like I said, there's never gonna be a horror gate because the shit has been taken over for so long that you know.
Yeah, I think modern writers today, the idea is like, oh, politics in the theme. I don't think is a thing anymore for a lot of them because they'll push their political theme with some dialogue from a character, but then it has nothing to do with the overall theme. I just think that's more common nowadays, and I just chop it up to bad writing.
Yucky, agree or disagree? A right-wing movie is something like Red Dawn, where nearly everyone in the cast is dead by the end of the film.
I've actually never seen Red Dawn.
Whoa, that's weird.
That's the Schwarzenegger one.
no,
No,
it's
that's
the
Raw
one
Deal.
with
That's the Russian.
It's Raw
Patrick,
Deal.
Patrick Swayze's.
Yeah, it's the Russians.
The kids.
Yeah, and the Russians come in. Yeah,
That's the one with the kids.
yeah, and the
Were they
Russians
kids?
they perish. Yeah, they were in high school.
Yeah,
Oh,
something like that.
okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'd have to watch the original one. I mean, we all know
Yeah,
that
duh.
the remake got woke, right?
I don't
I
know
never
why.
watched
How
the
was the remake woke?
Because they had to change the villains to Korean or something to
Mm.
not upset the Chinese.
That aged nicely.
I mean, they were Russians at first, so they changed them regardless.
Well,
You know,
I thought wasn't it both? Wasn't it Russia and?
I don't
Chi-
think
don't
so. I
know.
think it was just Russia, or even Cuba. I haven't seen it in a while. I think it's the Russians, man.
Yeah, I'd have to watch it again. I'd have to watch it again. I'm just focused.
So you
on those
disagree?
early
You
ones,
disagree
those
with
early-
Jim Tuner?
No, no. Russians
never
and
dis-
Cubans, he said.
Never
He
disagree.
says
with
Russians
you.
and Cubans.
Okay, yeah, I remember a Cuban guy, but then I could have felt the whole thing was.
I thought
Russian,
I was
what
like,
up,
yeah, there
Frisky
is.
in
I was
the
like, it is
chat?
Russian. What's the like? I thought there was two armies, but I don't know.
That was a rhyme one. This soundboard's just a goddamn.
That would have been the perfect
liability.
time for the Godzilla running out of the door.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
If only. If only. You'll have to send it to me.
Only imagine.
So, I
So,
think we're. I think
what
we're
else is
good.
going-
You
is
think
that
we're
it?
good, or
Is
you
that
got
it?
more?
You don't want to talk to me anymore?
Ah,
That's when the
definitely
show
had my
really
fill.
ends, is when these guys don't want to talk to me anymore.
I've definitely had my fill of that tonight, huh? It's been a good show. We talked about Elon Musk and we solved
What?
racism. Yucky's
Don't
fecal
trust Elon
impotence
Musk.
is gone.
He's trying to like win everybody over with Twitter, but like he's gonna do the Neuralink and fuck you all.
Oh, he's gonna get the
That's
chip
okay.
involved. Yeah.
He's gonna own your social credit system. Don't trust him.
Seems like a good guy though.
All right.
take us out.
All right, this is Ice Cream Sunday Social. I'm one of your hosts, Full Custom Hot Dog. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Full Custom Hot Dog without the last because it's just too long for Twitter.
I'm Yucky Gum. You can find me at Yucky Gum Comics on Twitter.
And I'm Gable Pennyshot. You can find me also on Twitter at GPennyshot.
So thank you all for watching. Until next time.
Later.
The first European to step foot on Lizard Island was Captain James Cook. He'd come ashore with his crew to climb the island's highest point in hopes of spotting a passage out of the shallow waters of the Great Barrier. Escape of a different sort. First off, let's go fishing.
We all know what marlin fishing looks like from above the water, the boats, the tackle, and finally, the strike. But have you